Good evening. It looks like everyone has their seat, so we will go ahead and get started tonight. First, I want to thank you all for coming here, giving up your Tuesday night to spend the night with us. Today is actually World Health Day. I'm not sure if anyone knew that, but you've already started on that journey being here, and I know you're going to take away a lot from tonight. So if you will please go ahead and join me in a warm welcome of our guest speaker tonight, Dr. Kevin Laszlo. He is our executive director and founder of Discover Health and Wellness and the Elevate Foundation. So, welcome, Dr. Laszlo.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Awesome. You guys okay if I talk without a mic? Yeah. You hear me okay? All right. Guys, good evening. As Elizabeth said, thank you so much for coming out here on a Tuesday night. We're going to have a good time. You guys ready to elevate tonight? Yeah, okay. Before I get started, as Elizabeth said, I'm the executive director for Discover Health and Wellness. Discover Health and Wellness now has 7 Denver metro locations. They specialize in chiropractic and massage and toxicity cleanses. And tonight, our event is sponsored by Discover Health and Wellness and Body Visions. Any Body Visions clients here tonight? What? They're the rowdy crowd in the back, I was told to. Make sure security is here with us this evening. All right. So guys, before I get started, those of you who know a little bit about Elevate, there's a specific reason that I certainly do this. And for me, it's my family. There's my beautiful wife, Jennifer, who's here tonight, here in the front row. She is absolutely my support system through what all I do. And you know what they say, behind every successful man is a even stronger woman. That would be my wife, for sure. I've got 2 wonderful boys, Jay and Carson. Jay is now 11 years old. He loves soccer, and he also plays the violin, which is pretty exciting. He's getting good. And Carson also plays soccer, and he's our little chess master. I think every time I play him, he beats me. So that's certainly why I do what I do. So tell me if this sounds familiar to you. My goal for 2015 is to accomplish the goals of 2014, which I should have done in 2013, because I promised them in 2012 and planned in 2011. Oh, it's okay. It's all right. Now, does that sound familiar to you guys at all? Yeah. Maybe not for all of us in this room. Guys, raise your hand if you've read the book Elevate, The Ultimate Life Success Formula. Nice. Fantastic. You know, this book was a book that I really wrote as a passion project. I wanted to take action when a lot of the school shootings were happening and still happening. And I said, what can be my answer to what's going on there? And as a result, I wrote that book. And I believe it is the ultimate life success formula. I've been an avid student of personal development for well over 25 years now. And I have personally never read a book in its entirety that gave the complete formula on, look, this is how you become happy. This is how you become more courageous, live up to your potential, be totally fulfilled. I've read books on how to be, spiritually at peace, but not have any ambition to go after what you want. Right? I've read plenty of books on how to get financially rich, but sacrifice everything else in the meantime. That was my answer, and I've been meeting some fabulous people along the way. It's been an incredible journey. So, Elevate, some of you are new to Elevate tonight, and I want to bring up my wife, Jen, so we can explain this just for a moment. There are 2 branches of Elevate. And Elevate, we had our first live event last October. And it was an incredible event. It was a full 1-day seminar. And I'm asked, what is Elevate? And Elevate is a community. It's a movement of like-minded individuals, success-driven individuals that want more courage, potential, and fulfillment, that want better health, that want more wealth, that want better relationships. We've put all this together and said, look, let's start this forum where once a quarter we can get together, socialize, network, push each other past our limits to become great. I think we all want to experience greatness. And the Elevate Foundation is our nonprofit sector of Elevate. And I'll let Jennifer explain that. She heads that up for us.
It's a pretty cool thing because obviously you could tell that Kevin's passionate about what he does, and we love health and we love doing this kind of stuff, but it's also very much our goal and our purpose to help people and to help our community. And so let's see, back in October when we did the Elevate event, I think we raised over $600 from the book sales for the Elevate Foundation, and then that money goes toward foundations that we can, contribute to help make a difference in the community. One that we're really passionate about is the Success Foundation. There's a program called Success for Teens, and it helps empower our young people make good choices, live out your best potential, make a difference in the world. Don't be just a victim of your circumstance or just kind of get by in life. Go out and be your best. And I probably do need a microphone. It's hard to compete there.
Would you like that?
I'm good. My voice just doesn't project like his, but a really interesting story that I like to share is the story about Sam. She was a 14-year-old girl that ended up pregnant. And I found out about Sam because my mom called me about 8 years ago and said, hey, there's a woman I work with, and she's got a daughter who's pregnant, and they need some, baby hand-me-downs. And I said, well, I don't really have anything to give because we have a baby, but I will do what I can to raise some money and see if we can support her. So I did that, and that was great. I mean, we were able to give her, diapers and car seat or whatever she needed. But then I thought, there's got to be more. There's got to be more that we could do for this girl, because at 14 years old, for her to be pregnant, something got missed. Somebody didn't give her the message about making good choices and being responsible. And so I called up her mom and I said, hey, I'm going to mentor Sam, and I'm going to take her out for lunch, and I'm going to talk with her, and I'm going to teach her how to make good choices so that she can go on to live her best life. And you know what? She kept the baby. I mean, the poor girl couldn't even drive yet, and now she's got a baby. And it just seems so unfair and so unfortunate. But you know what? If we step in as a community and we get programs like this into the school, and we talk to kids about making a choice for themselves, we can make a difference. And it starts with all of us. So our goal is to continue to give back to the community and do things like that. And tonight, if you made a contribution toward the Elevate Foundation, then that's the kind of stuff that you're helping out with. And we certainly appreciate it. And you guys are awesome. So round of applause for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So you're participating in a purpose higher than yourself. Isn't that cool? It's neat. We like that. All right. So let me ask you, getting back to your success, what does Elevate look like to you? What does a successful life look like to you? If you're totally ripped and jacked but struggling financially, is that successful? If you're totally loaded with cash but you don't have a relationship with your children, is that successful? What does that look like to you? So I want to ask you to participate here. What does success look like to you? John, what does success look like to you?
Love, friends, support from family and friends, health.
Nice.
Well,
Hey, can you guys relate? Yeah. Anybody else? Thanks, John. Go ahead.
I think it means giving. I think it means having a work ethic. And I think it means community and kindness.
Nice. Good answers. Anybody else? Balance. Life balance. Yeah. All very, very important. To me, my definition of success is to be able to set something you want to achieve, actively pursue that, and be happy along the way. For me, it's not about the end result. It's as soon as you set your mind towards something, whether it be in the health category, the community, right, the wealth category, the relationship category, as soon as you begin to go after that with all of your might and all of your heart and soul, you're absolutely successful. So tonight, that's what we're going to do, okay? So I'm going to ask you something. Are you ready for more courage, potential, and fulfillment? Say yes, Elevate!
yes, Elevate!
Hey, we got to do that cocktail reception first more often. That went really well. All right, guys, tonight you're going to have a few opportunities if you'd like to take part in. One is Discover Health and Wellness. We're out there giving complimentary massages in the back. We have health check passes. They're a $224 value. I think they're $20. If you'd like to take advantage of that, we can check you from head to toe and give you a full health check at one of our offices. So we're going to have that opportunity for you. If you'd like to read the book Elevate or listen to the MP3 CD or watch the DVD of the live event, we've got those in the product booth. I'm going to be talking about Lifebook towards the end here. Lifebook is a 6-week online course where we meet together once a week. That's a phenomenal self-development tool. And lastly, Body Visions, our guest speakers tonight as well. They're going to be coming up offering a discount on their services as well as a complimentary consultation. And I can't say enough good things about them. I'll be talking about them shortly. But as some of you know, I just shredded 30 pounds, over 30 pounds. Thanks. In the past 3 weeks, and one of the things I'm excited, they are that good. Yeah. That took a lot of diuretics there. No, just kidding. But in all seriousness, in the past 12 weeks, and I want to say, and I'm going to boost them up here in a little bit, but I've done 12-week transformations before. Matter of fact, I've done a lot of them. If you can think of them, I've probably done them. And here's the difference, and I say this with complete sincerity. I was a smaller, fatter version of myself. You know, I'm pretty good at losing 25 to 30 pounds in a matter of, 12 to 15 weeks. But I didn't have my mindset right. That was never pounded into my brain. I never got amazing emails that taught me that. And I also didn't form my body to start having muscles. And it was so exciting to see this transformation go through and have the weight go down and the muscles come out. Like, oh my gosh. My Jen's like, will you get out of the mirror? This is only 3 months. And I'm like, but Jen, that's a chest. I'm actually getting a chest. So it's very, very exciting. And that's only 3 months. Wait till 9 months. Holy cow. I've got a pretty funny story to share about DJ. When I first contacted him, one of the things I asked, at the free consult is that, hey, DJ, how long does it take to get ripped? I mean, look at the pictures on your website. These are fitness models I'm looking at. And he said, well, it typically takes about 6 months. Everyone's a little different, give or take, but, just come in, let's take a look at you. So he says, okay, go ahead and take your shirt off. And I took it off, and I said, you said about 6 months? And he goes, well, take your shirt off. And he goes, 9 months. 9 months, for sure. So it was pretty funny. All right. So let's go ahead and get started tonight, shall we? Tonight, we are going to elevate together. Here we go. Okay, session 1, guys, is about perseverance. And to be successful in life, yes, we must absolutely persevere to achieve what we want. I want to share just a little bit of background about me. Not everybody knows me here, but I came from very, very humble beginnings. I struggled being 20 to 30 pounds the majority of my life. I was extremely poor, like food stamp poor, growing up. I was in an extremely broken home, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I was able to persevere through all that, keep my eye on the goal, and learn so many incredible life valuable lessons that I put in a book. That's kind of my story. Perseverance is extremely important to getting what you want, but most of us think that perseverance is the key. And that's what we're going to get into tonight, because I want to dispel that myth that perseverance is the key to your success, because I promise you it's not. Now, it is true. If you want to live a life of greatness, you must persevere. But let me start with where perseverance comes in. This is a good example of perseverance. It's a short video. that for perseverance, right? That obviously took some perseverance. That was from the 1992, I believe, Olympics. And can you imagine training your whole life and then tearing a hammy during a run like that? But to have the mindset of an athlete like he had to finish that race, that was his father that came out. That was his father. Everyone's like, get off the track. He's like, you get out of here. My son's finishing this race. Isn't that awesome? That's what perseverance, that's where perseverance comes in. But you know what? Too many times we confuse perseverance with being the key to success in everyday life. For example, fall down 7 times, get up 8, right? Any fans of Rocky Balboa here? Yeah. Go Adrian. That's right. But this is how we're programmed to live life. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Push through the resistance. Perseverance is pain leaving the body. There are 2 kinds of pain in life, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Which one do I choose? Wow, that's exhausting. Okay, I'm already tired of saying all that. Guys, perseverance, pain. Push through the pain. Persevere. Keep pushing. Never give up. Guys, that's an exhausting way to live your life. And I tried to figure out health, wealth, and relationships by persevering all the way through. Health's not going well, persevere, push through the resistance. Not getting the kind of money in my bank account I want, keep pushing hard, perseverance, push through the resistance, right? If I was having trouble in the relationship area at the time, push through the resistance. Guys, that's an exhausting way to live. Let me share what the definition of perseverance is. Steadfastness in doing something despite difficulty and delay in achieving success. If you're an Olympic athlete and you're running a race, persevere. If you want to have long-term health, wealth, and relationship, I'm here to tell you there's a different way to look at it. Health, wealth, and relationships is not about constant perseverance for success. Do you really want to persevere your way through your entire life? I mean, is it just me who feels that way? Do you guys really want to persevere, fight the good fight your whole life? Is there such a thing as easy street? There is. And I'm here to share with you. I've done it. Let's take the mystery out of success, okay? All right. Habit. You guys, that's the key to success in the health, wealth, and relationship area of your life. You guys, perseverance is an emotion, a constant mental fight. And as the owner of one of the largest health and wellness companies in the state of Colorado, believe me, perseverance is a good quality. But if I woke up every day to persevere without setting habits up in my business life, man, I'd be miserable. We absolutely need to to persevere in life to be successful. However, when it comes to your health, wealth, and relationships, habit is much more crucial and easier when achieving success in these areas. That's what we're going to dive into. And just to make sure I'm talking to the right group, raise your hand if you'd like better health, wealth, and relationships. Okay, absolutely. Very good. So I'm on a squeaky bench here, guys. So sorry. I'm going to keep going on. Habit. Habits become unconscious actions that you do not need to think about. That's a habit. Do what a successful person does and have what a successful person has. Do what successful people have and you have what they have. You know, I'm a living example at a DJ. Not yet, but I'm following his footsteps to be successful in the health category of my life in Kimberlin. What habits do they practice that get them the results they have? If you know somebody who's rich and you want to be financially rich, do what they do. If you know somebody who has a fabulous marriage, right, and you want a fabulous marriage or a fabulous future spouse, do what they do. If you want somebody who has incredible health, you do what they do. It takes out all the mystery of it. Duplicate those habits and their mindset, and you will have the duplicated results that they have. You guys, habit requires consistency and perseverance for about 21 days. When I did my plan, as I'm doing my plan with DJ and Kimberlin, it took me about 21 days to cook my meals once a week, pack them every day, right? Make sure I hit the gym first thing in the morning, and the afternoon, and the evening, and the night before, and my protein shake. All right. But look, once you get good at that, it becomes habit, and you don't need to practice perseverance. So look, let's take a look at the health category of your life. And I'm not just talking fitness, I'm talking overall health. If you want to be healthy, Here's the mindset you must follow. And guys, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but 5 out of 6 Americans are dying of heart disease and cancer. The average American is on 3 to 5 medications. We are the second sickest industrialized country in the world. We have the most drugs, the most hospitals, the most highly trained doctors, and we're one of the sickest nations in the world. Our healthcare system is a massive, dysfunctional mess. We are taught from the time we're this big to take drugs to cover up our symptoms. That is what healthcare is. And what happened is when medicine came out, it was phenomenal at emergency medicine. If you have a heart attack, you're having a stroke, you want to be in America. They're going to give you the best shot at survival. But what happened is we mixed up this emergency medicine and called it healthcare. And now we're trained literally. You have a cough, take cough syrup. Your nose is running, stuff it up. Your body's not smart. Your body can't take a Twinkie and turn it into a cardiac cell in 4 hours. Drugs are much smarter than your body, right? We're completely mixed up here. Healthy people think differently. Number 1, getting back to fitness, nothing tastes as good as lean, healthy, and vibrant feels. If you struggle nutritionally and you have that mindset and you wake up every morning and you think that way, you know what? Nothing tastes as good as lean, healthy, and vibrant feels. It's going to be pretty easy to set up habits to keep you going that way. When I am strong and vibrant physically, I am strong and vibrant in every area of my life. Guys, there's athletes in this room, if you haven't met them yet. They've got pictures up on the wall at their gym that, fitness models, pure fitness models. Top of their game, right? I bet you they think this way, right? Would you agree? Would you guys think this way? When I'm strong physically, I'm strong in every area of my life. I respect myself enough to take excellent care of the body I was given. I tell you what, that was my big shift. My mind has always lined up with the health aspect of my weight was not a current reflection of that. And I couldn't figure it out. These guys helped me figure it out. And the key for me was self-respect. I respect myself enough to take excellent care of the body I was given. So if you had that mindset, right, what kind of habits could you do to form it, to get better health? Minimize toxins, number 1. Get adjusted regularly. You guys, about 10% of people see chiropractors. I always say if more people knew what chiropractors did, less people would suffer. Your spine and nervous system controls 100% of your body. If you have the proper curves in your spine, that functions at 100%. If those have gone straight or forward, it puts pressure and tension on your nervous system that controls everything. Right? If you have pressure and tension on the nerve going to the heart, it's going to cause decrease in heart function. If you have pressure and tension on the nerves going to your colon, it's going to cause digestive issues. You get pressure and tension off that, you're going to be healthier. Plan and cook meals weekly. Exercise daily. Pray or meditate daily. Those are habits that healthy people do. So every morning, you repeat the mindset statements and you will want to perform the habits of health. Okay? Moving on to wealth. Let's start with the habits. What are the habits of the wealthy? 1, put 10% to a savings account and 10% to a giving account. They don't think about that. It happens automatically. Put 80% to your monthly budget. Pay off debt or commit to staying out of debt. Actively monitor your investments. Those are the habits of the wealthiest people I know. Pretty straightforward. It's like, that's it. That's it. They don't think about that. They produce cash and that's where it goes. Here's their mindset. Money is the end result of providing an exchange of value and service. You see, the more value you create for others that people pay for, the more money you make. Does that make sense? The more value you provide, the more service you give to others, money is the end result. It's the end result of getting it, not the first result. Money brings better choices in my things, experiences, and environments. They have a very healthy relationship with money. Lastly, when I provide a valuable service or product, I deserve massive amounts of money. Right? Raise your hand if you'd like more money. Yeah, absolutely. Very good. So let me ask you, every morning, if you repeat these mindset statements, you will want to perform the habits of wealth. That's what I want you to see. You will want to perform that. Relationships. My wife and I have been married for almost 14 years now, right? I have a fantastic, wonderful marriage. It takes work, but I've got habits set up where I don't have to think about it. John and Julie, how long have you guys been married?
21 in June.
21 and June, smiling all the time. Congratulations on that, by the way. How long have you guys been married?
10 years.
10 years? Yeah.
10 years coming up.
No, congratulations. Can anybody beat 21 years? Karen? 32.
41.
40. Whoa, give him a round of applause. Right. And look, his wife's smiling, clapping. You know, that's not an accident. It takes habits. So let me ask you a mindset. Here's the mindset of a couple that has an extraordinary relationship. Extraordinary relationships require extraordinary people. You bring you into the relationship. If you are extraordinary, you're going to have an extraordinary relationship. If you're not extraordinary, you're going to have a not extraordinary relationship. Your spouse or your significant other is not there to be the sole source of your happiness. You bring the happiness into the relationship. Big clarification. My closest relationships are based on unconditional love, commitment, communication, and total acceptance of one another. Total. And that's an easy thing to say, but to really have that kind of relationship with the closest person to you, I love you no matter what. I'm 100% committed to you no matter what. I will communicate with you through all struggles, and I accept you 100%. That's magical. That's special. That takes work. If you have that mindset, though, it's easy to perform these habits. And this is for all your relationships. Date night once a week. Sounds easy to say. It's a little hard to get in the habit of doing that, right? Date night. Ours is Thursday night. Or Thursday night date night. Weekly reflection. On a scale of 1 to 10, hey, how happy are you with this week? Well, this week I'm probably about a 3. 3? Geez, okay. What can I do to make it a 10? This week I'm an 11. Fantastic. What made it an 11? I want to keep doing that. Individual time with kids weekly. Raise your hand if you have children. All right, just about half the room there. Individual time with kids weekly. It changes when you spend individual time with them, doesn't it? Versus all together. It's a completely different relationship. Do one action weekly that makes them feel loved. Do you know what makes the person closest to you feel loved? It's a good question. A lot of us don't know that. Do you know what makes your significant other feel loved? It might not be the same for you. There's a fabulous quiz online. It was by David Chapman. And it's the 5 love languages quiz. Have you guys heard of that one? Some of you, yeah. Yeah, that goes into different ways of literally feeling loved, how that person feels loved. You just perform it. Scheduled friend time monthly. You know, you want to be able to create friendships where you have those remember wins with. So with all those being said, every morning if you repeat these mindset statements, you will want to perform the habits of extraordinary relationships. Is this starting to make sense? Yeah, it's not so... What's going on there? Hold on a second. Is that us or the AV? I think, hold on a second. I think it's time for an Elevate tradition. And folks, this is what we call an Elevate dance party. Everybody stand up. Oh, yeah, there it is. Woo! Dance party! Yeah! Good song, all right? That's how you do it. Really go for it, man. Go for it. Woo! All right, all right. Woo! Okay, moving on. I don't control the AV booth over there, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so here's perseverance, bottom line. You guys, perseverance is high emotional determination and certainly has its place for specific events, just like that track runner there. With regards to creating the life you want, take out the willpower and replace it with mindset and habit. Let's determine what we want to work on for the next 12 weeks. So here we go. When it comes to your health, what do you want to achieve in the health category of your life over the next 12 weeks? If it's to get in the best shape of your life, we have a support system here that'll help you do that. I want to share something with you. This is from one of our newsletters a while back. I don't know about you, but I would definitely say willpower and perseverance is way overrated when it comes to your health. We can only be super strong for so long. We can only fight for a limited time. Instead of battling your bed to get up on time, or battling your mind to eat better, or battling your trainer to help you exercise and lose weight, how about we stop the battle and change the way we think about it? You see, willpower means having the strength to persevere and push through, whereas when we think differently about our health, we are actually excited to accomplish it. When your own mind is for you and not against you, there is no need to exercise willpower and perseverance. It just flows. You know, as I shared earlier, I just started with DJ and Kimberlyn 3 months ago, and some of the closest friends of mine are saying, man, you're so good. You've been so incredibly consistent. How do you do that? I'm like, it's not willpower. It's not perseverance. It's mindset. I was tired of being fat for so long. I was tired of carrying around 30 pounds of fat. Okay, I wanted to look as good as I felt inside. I wanted to be that person. I wanted to be like many people here in this room. For example, let's say you want to lose weight and get healthier this year. Let's focus on your mindset now and see how much more eager you become to make it happen in your life. Try this mindset on for size. I want to be lean, energetic, vibrant, and healthy. I know this is what I want. I'm doing it because I have self-respect, and I'm committed to my results being congruent with my mindset. I want more energy to give my gifts, talents, and special unique qualities to those around me and especially to those I love. My spouse or future spouse deserves a fit life partner, and I'm going to give it to them. I've been giving this one body to shine, and I'm going to take full advantage of my health while I still have it. I know that if I do not make time for my health now, I will have to make time for my health later. This is my year to finally conquer this anchor around my neck. This is my year to get lean, energetic, vibrant, and healthy. Are you ready for more courage, potential, and fulfillment? Say yes, elevate!
Yes, elevate!
Nice. All right, so what is it for you? What is it for you in the health category of your life? What do you want to achieve in the next 12 weeks? How about wealth? What is it for you? What do you want to achieve in the next 12 weeks in the wealth category of your life? How about relationships? Over the next 12 weeks, what do you want to achieve in the relationship category of your life? See, look, this isn't just another seminar you gave up your Tuesday night to come to. This is a place where you can literally make a decision right now and say, you know what? This is what I want, and I'm going to show you how to do it. This is what I want in 12 weeks, and you get it. There's a formula which we're going to share. All right. The formula goes like this. If some of you are familiar with the book Elevate, there's a site, elevatebook.com, and we made videos correlating to each chapter. This was a chapter on what do I want, and we did a whole bunch of crazy, fun, silly, nutty skits down on 16th Street Mall, like taking a guy's hot dog out of his hand and eating it, giving him $5 bills as you're eating it in front of him, crazy stuff. So I suggest check those out. They're a lot of fun. Anyway, this is called the 5-Step Action Jackson.
One, 2, 3. Know what you want and know why you want it. Work on your plan and see your results. Give and get support. Achieve what you want. Achieve what you want. Achieve what you want. So know what you want and know why you want it. Work on your plan and see your results. Give and give support. Achieve what you want. Achieve what you want. So know what you want and know why you want it. Work your plan and see your results. Give and get support. Achieve what you want. Achieve what you want. Achieve what you want. So know what you want and know why you want it, and work your plan and see your results. Give and get support. Achieve what you want. Achieve what you want. Yeah, achieve what you want. There we go.
High five.
High five.
That was awesome.
Hey, that was a lot of fun.
All right, thank you so much for such an awesome song.
No problem.
Please tell us you guys' name and where people can follow you.
My name is Ryan,
My name is Tyler.
and we're members of a group called Sufi and the Walrus, and you can find our music on Facebook, Sufi, Soofy, and the Walrus.
You guys just did the 5-step Action Jackson. That's what
Yeah.
that song was called.
Feels good.
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. So I wrote that song and didn't know how to play it and put a harmony to it. And I said, let's just go find a couple guitar players down on 60th Street Mall and see if they'll do it. He literally took my little 5 steps, put it down, and just came up with it right there. So that was pretty fun. Okay, so guys, this is the 5-step Action Jackson. I know we're going to be focusing on health, but this is for any of the categories right now. Okay, number 1, here's the formula to achieve what you want. Number 1, determine what you want and set your goal. This is what I want in the next 12 weeks. Have an incredibly strong why with massive pleasure and pain. Why do I want it? What kind of pleasure will that bring me in 12 weeks when I achieve it? What kind of pain will I have if I don't? Take action on what you need to do to make it a daily habit. Right? For me, it was the health category of the past 12 weeks. DJ, Kimberlin, how can I shred 30 pounds? What kind of habits do I need to set up in my life? 4, visualize and affirm your goal. Say it out loud. Picture it in your mind. Lastly, give and get massive support. So if one of the things you want is to look and feel your absolute best, we've set up the support system here for you. That's one of the things we do here at Elevate. And that's DJ and Kimberlin. And I'm going to bring them up here in just a moment. But I'm going to tell you, they will show you through their programs exactly what habits you need to perform and do to get the body you deserve. You deserve it. So before I introduce them, are you ready to have more courage, potential, and fulfillment? Say yes, Elevate! Yes, Elevate! Sorry, that does not get old to me. I absolutely love it. Okay. All right, so session 2, we're about to start. This is called Be the CEO of Your Fortune 500 Physique. Now, I shared before what I completed in the past 12 weeks, and I also shared that they gave me the mindset to dial in where I got to tell you, it hasn't been that hard. I don't mean to sound egotistical in any way. It really hasn't. You know, I just got used to eating 200 calories a day and nothing but chicken, you know. No, just kidding. Just kidding, it really wasn't as bad as I thought because they set me up on habits quickly. Now, I know I'm talking to some elite athletes here in the room, and I haven't gone full cycle, but I can tell you the lean down phase, I just started the bulk phase, but the lean down phase was not nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be. Everyone around me couldn't believe I was doing it. I'm like, I'm dialed in. They've got me. I don't know. It's just happening. You see my chest today, right? I can actually see it. Okay. Now, what's fun? Hey, the reason I'm saying that and sharing that is you're talking to a self-admitted guy that had mosquito chest. I mean, bumps. I just had a small chest. My arms took over everything. And when I first went to talk to DJ and Kimberlin, you know, they made it sound so simple. I mean, I think one of the huge selling points I had with them, there were several, but one of the things they really told me is, Kimberlin looked at me and she says, you know, it's not rocket science. You just do this here and do this there. And that's like business for me. Business is not rocket science. I'm good at it, been doing it for a long time. We've got 7 locations. Marriage is not rocket science to me. Health, I should be, as a doctor, I should say, oh yeah, it's not rocket science. Man, I couldn't figure it out to look that way anyway, right? And then it's like, it's not rocket science. Well, they were serious. When I went on their website, and some of you are here in this room, I'm like, whoa, this is highly intimidating, man. I mean, I'm not, whoa, I was kind of over the hill, and I don't know, and Kimberlyn said, you know what, don't worry, as long as we've had our snacks, we won't eat you, right? So it was okay. So guys, I believe that people come into our lives at a certain time for a certain reason, and DJ and Kimberlyn Haynes are absolutely, they were an answer to prayer for me, literally. An answer to prayer for myself and my wife. So with that being said, please help me give a warm introduction to our guest speakers, DJ and Kimberlyn Haynes from Body Visions. Oops, sorry, Kimberlyn.
Thank you, Dr. Laszlo.
Oh, we're gonna go without it.
Can you all hear me? Yeah. Okay, I don't need a tool now. So,
Can you hear me?
So it's good that she took the microphone away from me because the only other person, I'm Italian, so I talk with my hands, and the only other one of my Fit fam that actually uses their hands more than me is Ashley. So I thought, if you guys give me a microphone, somebody better learn how to catch because it might. My husband DJ here does not enjoy public speaking, nor do I really, but he actually does enjoy being on stage. But his version of being on stage is more in a bodybuilding competition in a Speedo. So if Dr. Laszlo dance music back up, you could get this presentation underway.
Yeah, okay. My wife always the comedian. When we were asked to do this forum tonight, we were so honored. This is the first Elevate Forum of 2015. It's such an awesome request for us to do because this is something we've never done. So we're not going to be as smooth as Dr. Laszlo, but we're going to give it our best shot, okay? It's also awesome to see such like-minded individuals tonight that are focusing on elevating their health.
Some people see DJ and I in our late 40s. We don't feel like we're in our late 40s, but that's where we are. And they think, oh, it's probably easy for us to come up here and talk about preaching, diet, and exercise, and fitness, and health. But you don't know somebody's true story ever when you first meet them. You don't know what got them to the point where they are now and where they are on their journey. So we're just going to give some little nuggets on each other. Myself, for example, 13 years ago, pre-DJ, I was actually counseling full-time at a cancer center, which specialized in bone marrow transplant. I loved my career. I felt like it actually defined me, but unfortunately it was a very sad and depressing career, so I found myself at happy hour maybe 3 times a week. And I'm, usually chili cheese fries, oysters on the half shell, nachos. I considered those and justified them as nutritious. Obviously they weren't, and then God obviously had other plans for me. You ever hear of that saying, the burning bush? My burning bush was finding out that I had 6 precancerous tumors in my uterus, and I had to undergo a lumpectomy with breast reconstructive surgery. I could have came out of both those surgeries and went back to my same old lifestyle habits, which I did enjoy. I won't be a hypocrite and say I didn't. But unfortunately, I realized that I was probably part of what brought me to that. So I needed to, 3 days out from surgery, I decided, okay, I need to change my lifestyle habits, which I did. I didn't even belong to a gym at the time. I actually joined a gym, had the cancer center, schmoozed my way into getting some of my certifications paid for, some of my training, diet and hormonal health education that I wanted, and next thing you know, I just shed 35 pounds in 5 months. It was disease-magneted fat, and I never looked back. So like the poet Robert Frost once wrote in The Road Less Traveled, instead of taking the gene pool that I came from, which was people who had high cholesterol, hypertension, depression, we have 5 suicides in my family, overweight, basically not good stock, which everybody would think I do come from, I decided to take a road less traveled by, at least not by anybody in my family, and that's made all the difference in my life.
Unlike my wife, I've always enjoyed every aspect of health and fitness. I took up bodybuilding at a very young age due to the fact that when I was younger I had surgery on both my feet. Both the surgery, it limited my range of motion. I pretty much can't run even now. I couldn't run then, so I couldn't be in any group sports. But bodybuilding allowed me to be active, stay active, and learn some lessons that helped me have a better lifestyle. I'm the youngest of 7. All my brothers and sisters, we all love sugar. We're not prejudiced against any kind of dessert. We'll eat them all. The thing is, but the majority of my family they're overweight. They have diabetes. They have thyroid issues, and I didn't want to be a mirror image of that. So the lessons I learned through my bodybuilding adventure, it helped me learn these lifestyles so I didn't turn out to be like them and have that look about my body. The one thing, though, that all the men in our family are cursed with is this wonderful hairline. So I can share that with those guys at least.
So on the note where the DJ can't run, that's good because I can and I can hunt. So I tracked him down, hog-tied him. We got married 5 months to the day of our first date, and we will be celebrating our 2-year anniversary this month.
Yeah.
DJ and I don't consider ourselves just health and fitness coaches. We consider ourselves fitness success coaches. So we take our clients' personal goals, whether it's coming off an addiction, trying to change their mind and their body, we make it our own personal goal. Any of our kids, I call them our kids, whether you're 18 or 70, that are here tonight, they know that. They've been through these walks with us. I've had many talks off a cliff with many of my children, and the reality is like our goal and our mission is transforming lives through overall health choices and make people have a better understanding of their knowledge of their health and well-being.
We want to talk about.
I want to talk about the website.
You want to talk about that?
So if anybody has perused our website already, they will see, like Kevin said, we have like fitness models. Okay, well there are fitness superstars, there are superheroes, but the reality is not everybody. We specialize in extreme transformations. So some of them are athletes, some of them are not. Some of them are on a journey. You know, their journey is to become a better version of themselves always. So as a counselor, I always tell people, if we can get inside your mind, we know we can change your body. So not everybody wants to be in a Speedo on a competition stage competing, but everybody here wants to look good naked, right? And everyone wants to feel good about themselves, clothed, naked, and have great energy. I mean, that should always be their goal.
Tell them about the marathon.
Oh, yes. So Kevin, Dr. Laszlo, actually, a marathon, when people go on a weight loss journey, people look at it as a race. It's not a race, it's a marathon, so it's ongoing. So Dr. Laszlo's first leg of his marathon was first 12 weeks. He lost 30 pounds in those first 12 weeks. So obviously he said 3 weeks for some people.
Yeah, not 3 weeks.
But it was 12 weeks. And now that he's had that successful stop point, his next leg of his marathon is actually to build copious lean muscle tissue on his frame, or in Dr. Laszlo's words, to get jacked.
So that he can be up on a stage.
Make him wear Speedos.
And then he won't be talking about his chest anymore. He'll be talking
Okay, so by a show of hands, how many of you here are not only ready to elevate your health, but started a health resolution starting January 1st? Anybody? Okay, good. Now, how many of you have derailed since January 1st? Go ahead, put your hands up. Okay, you people, you have to leave. No, I'm just
I think we need her. She's running.
Oh, that's right, we need it. Okay. So it is very easy to get derailed. 95% of people who start a weight loss program, within the first 3 months, they get derailed. So you're not out of the ordinary. What was kind of cool is that only 2 of you put up, so it really isn't the 95%. So, okay, anyways.
Usually by January 1st, everybody has a New Year's resolution, whether it's to lose just their Christmas weight, just to have better lifestyle habits, to stop drinking so many happy hours a week. But the reality is usually by Valentine's Day in the fitness world, they always say the gym clears out, because most people by then have temporarily or permanently given up on that part of their goal.
So I want you to imagine this scenario. Oh, I got one of these too.
It is yours.
Oh, okay, look at that. Look at it. Okay, so here's your scenario. You plan on going on this 2-week vacation, okay? You packed up the car, you're gonna drive there. You packed up the car, you got all your new vacation clothes, put gas in the car, put the kids in there if you got kids, and on your way there, halfway there, you get a flat, okay? You stop, you turn around, you go back home. That kind of sounds ridiculous, right? But that is what everyone does when they hit a bump in the road on their fitness journey, and they just quit, go back to their old habits, and they give up. So what we want you to do is to not do that. So studies have demonstrated that if 95% of people
Let's start an exercise.
start an exercise program are going to quit, man, see, that's that drink I had.
So if 95% of the people who start an exercise program drop out, what can we do to prevent that from happening?
Yeah, so most people jump right into a program without pre-planning, okay? And so tonight we're going to share with you some tips that will keep you on your journey to your weight loss destination.
So there's two things in life. You can make choices. You either prepare to fail or you prepare to succeed. The choices that you make in between are going to get you to one or the other. That's just the way it goes. So what we are always going to tell people is in order to be elevated with your health, we must be motivated, right? Right. So with that being said, the first part is to set a goal. Everybody here, since we were kids, have set a goal, whether it's to beat up the kid in the row next to me. Okay, that was me in 6th grade. But we've all had goals. And I can make a list of goals with my ADD that will rival Santa's list at Christmas time. But the reality is, it's not making the goal that's the hard part. It's actually getting to the finish line, getting to the end zone. That's always the challenge for everybody because we have a high frustration factor. Everybody wants overnight success. I mean, we're all impatient as mere mortals. We want results like pronto, today, yesterday, now, and it doesn't work that way. Everything takes time, and that's where we lack. So we don't see the results we want overnight. Well, we start justifying why are we doing all this? Why are we putting all this effort in? It's easy to just revert back to our old habits, and so that's what we're trying to talk about this evening.
And tonight we're going to talk about causes for stalls or plateaus, okay?
So when weight loss is the goal, for example, 1 to 3 pounds per week is the average. So there's some weeks that someone will say, oh my God, Kimberlyn, oh my God, does DJ need to change my diet? I only lost a ½ pound this week. I'm like, no, you've lost weight. You know, because 1 to 3 pounds is average, but there's a lot of mitigating factors in there that'll mean that you could lose more than that or you could lose less. Now, if more than a few weeks goes by and the scale does not budge, then that is what we refer to as a stall or a plateau. Now, those are the times that, yes, you do need to reevaluate, look over what you've done as far as your workout and exercise program, and then make changes.
So we're going to go through this list. So the first one here is carbohydrate levels are too high.
Yes, so the number of carbs that everybody can eat varies from person to person. So if you're a diabetic, for example, most diabetics, because whether they're type 1 or type 2, are really limited. So usually you want to limit those carbs to probably 20 carbs per meal, depending on if you have insulin or not. But now my husband DJ here, who has a sweet tooth as he admitted, can eat a whole flat of Oreo cookies, will not reflect negatively on the scale the next day, or on his waistline, or on his chest like Kevin. Me, if I have the same flat, we will be spelling Oreo down my thigh. So the reality is like not everybody can get away with the same amount of carbs.
Next one, hidden carbs.
This is a good one because the most important thing for everybody is to read labels. One of my gals just yesterday, she's here this evening, sent me a text. She wanted to switch out her dressing for balsamic vinegar. Well, that's obviously very healthy, but I immediately texted her back and I said, where's the nutrition label? Well, she didn't text me back fast enough, and of course I'm Italian, so of course I rattled and went on to Google and found it, and then I looked, and per serving, which is only a tablespoon, had 5 carbs and 5 sugars. So I said because of her goal, that wasn't the best choice for her to make. So I obviously told her no. Now that doesn't mean I'm having her chain down having chicken and rice or 200 calories a day. It just means that she cannot have that balsamic vinegar. So the most important thing to take away from that is learn to read your labels.
The next one is under eating. We can't stress this enough to our clients. A lot of people start with us and they think that the best way to get to their goal, the quickest way, is to cut their calories and eat less food. And in fact, what that does is it slows down your metabolism. You basically set your body into a starvation mode. So if you're not eating enough calories, you're going to slow it down. A lot of people they'll go for 4 or 5 hours without eating, and so that causes a fast. So when you go into a fast, your body starts to hold fat, and what it wants to do is it wants to start using protein as a source. So what we want you to do is we want you to eat more of your proteins as well, okay? We've also had clients in the past that when they begin with us, they start their diet, and we ask them how the diet's going, and they say, well, I can't get everything in. And we say, okay, so what are you skipping on the diet? And they always say the protein. Everybody likes the carbs because the carbs taste good. But the carbs is what spikes our insulin and causes us to store as fat. So it's very important to eat that protein. protein is very metabolically active, okay? So, let's see here. So it's the building blocks of all your muscles, your organs, your hormones, enzymes, etc. If we don't consume the protein in your diet, the body will use other available sources. And like I said before, it's going to use the muscle on your body for energy, and that's the last thing we want because it will slow down your metabolism. And the next one is overeating.
Overeating. So, who among us has not done that? I mean, obviously, I always say that I have a 300-pound woman inside me. I need to keep that girl down. So, the reality is that studies show that breaking apart your meals and eating several small meals throughout the day, evenly spaced out, is far better than eating just 2 or 3 meals. We've had girls come in, for prime example, and a lot of them have an eating disorder background, and we'll say, take us through your course of your day. And they'll say, well, I'm not usually hungry till 11. I'm thinking, okay, the word breakfast means breaking the fast, so getting them to change their entire lifestyle habits. And they're like, but I can't eat that. Well, you're going to eat that. Like, your body is in starvation mode. So what they do is they say, well, if I'm going out with my girlfriends, or if I have a big event, I'll starve myself all day because then I can get all this food in. I'm like, no, because then your body goes through what's a form of catabolism, and it's going to feed off the precious muscle that's on your frame. And then when you finally do eat, it's going to think, God, I don't know when this girl's going to feed me again. I don't know what she just put me through, but I'm going to store a little bit right here, just in case she doesn't feed me for a while. And that's usually what ends up happening when people overeat.
Lack of exercise. If you have not been exercising consistently, this may be a reason for your stall. We always tell people the minimum is of exercise you need is at least 3 times a week, preferably 5 times, okay? We also tell people that you need to add in the weight training. A lot of people, they can lose weight, they can do it through diet, they can do it through cardio, they can also do it through the weight training. We tell people you need to do all 3. What happens is if you just do it by diet or by cardio, you don't build the muscle. The muscle is what helps keeps your metabolism going. So if after you've done your diet plan, you go back to your old lifestyle, you notice you put that weight back on. So if you have the muscle, it's going to keep your metabolism faster, so that doesn't happen in the future. Okay? Next is not drinking enough water.
So, I am a confirmed camel. I pretty much believe in a past life that I don't need to drink a lot now. Proving to the point when I was competing years ago, DJ would have to text me every half hour, no joke, and say, honey, did you drink? I'm thinking, okay, we're talking wine because there's a carafe, I'll pull that right out. But I wasn't. I'm just not a fan of water. It has to be super cold. Even when we go to mountain biking, my camel pack, half of it will be filled with ice. I'm just not a water drinker. But the body needs water. It's called hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means what it says. In order for fat to be mobilized, which means that moving around and toxins to be eliminated from your body, you need to have that water consumption. So a general rule of thumb is 64 ounces of water a day, which equates to 8 8-ounce glasses of water.
Medications.
I get all these. Okay, so
She's the talker, as you can see.
So medications can and will impede your weight loss efforts or body transformation efforts. The unfortunate reality is there's some medications that can't be avoided. Some people are on statins, some people are on diabetic medications, some people are on anti-seizure medications. But all those things, as coaches, we will never tell people, stop taking your medications or halt taking them without consulting your doctor. But you do need to realize that even though it may impede your results, it's not going to make them impossible to obtain. You just are going to have to work a little harder.
Food allergies and intolerances.
This is a good one because it seems like so many people, years ago when I was a young girl, nobody was allergic to anything except like cows and horses. And now everybody's allergic to everything from gluten to dairy to peanuts. And anyway, so the best thing to do
She said peanuts.
So the reality is go to your naturopath if you truly believe that you have allergy symptoms, because a naturopath can put you through a gamut of tests, figure out what internally and externally you may be allergic to. But most people, when it comes to dietary allergens, it's going to be peanuts, it's going to be dairy, it's going to be chicken, it's going to be eggs. If you really feel without having to invest the money in a naturopath, you want to do it yourself, I would say eliminate those foods from your diet for a few weeks. See how your body responds, see if the scale budges, how you feel energy-wise, and then you can cautiously try to add one of them back at a time. But otherwise, you might accept the fact that you may have to forego those things, even if you've loved them all your life, permanently.
Okay. We're going to move on to motivation, internal and external. So in order to be elevated with our health, we must be motivated. Finding the motivation to stick to a workout diet program can be extremely difficult to adhere to day in and day out. One of the helpful strategies that we suggest is pain and pleasure. So with the pain,
Now, hold on. When I say pain and pleasure, we're not going to do this 50 Shades of Grey version of pain and pleasure here.
so with the pain, we want to associate the situation with what you're in right now. Pain that you are associating with where you're at right now. So tell me, what pain do you we don't have to say you. What pain do people associate with being overweight? Just go ahead and yell it out.
Joint pain.
Joint pain.
Embarrassment pain.
Embarrassment pain.
Low
Okay.
back in between the scapulas, shoulder blades.
She's getting specific.
I'm a massage therapist, that's how it works.
What's that?
I'm a massage therapist.
Wardrobe, yes,
that's how it
wardrobe
works.
issues, yeah,
Low
yeah.
energy.
Low energy, good. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Now, tell me what pleasures you would have once you got to that goal, once you've lost the weight. What pleasures would you feel then? Better wardrobe, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pride.
Pride,
Confidence.
confidence, good, good. Okay, those are good. This is what we had for pain. Fatigue, low libido, poor sleep habits, low self-esteem, joint pain. Pleasure, more energy, and healthy sex drive, better mobility, and high self-esteem. Do these answers give you enough reason to stick to the program no matter what? If not, what are some painful consequences by not sticking to the game plan? Maybe placing a bet with a workout partner to pay them in case you don't lose the right amount of weight that week?
We've had this over the past decade with some of our clients. We've had a kind of a punishment set up, and every week we would sit down on their 12-week journey, for example, and say, okay, this is how much weight we are agreeing that this person wants to lose in 12 weeks. And every week, kind of like an engineer, we kind of program how much weight are they willing to commit to losing no matter what every week. It's kind of like their goal. And so, say they say 2 pounds a week. Well, if any of those 12 weeks goes by and they do not lose those 2 pounds, they would have to give us $10. Now, DJ and I aren't happily just going off to Starbucks with $10. I mean, but what we do tell them is at the end of each week, you know, they have the ability to redeem themselves. If they still meet their weight goal at the very end, they get all their money back. But if they don't, then they get this big email that gets sent out with their name on it, and one person on the team gets that money donated to them as a gift prize. So nobody wants to part with money ever, but you know, we've tried different tactics over the years because some people are transplants here like we are. They don't have a huge support system. Even if they have their family or their spouses or their coworkers, none of those people are going to pick up pom-poms and cheer them on their weight loss and transformation efforts. So the reality is they rely heavily on us to try to find tactics to keep them accountable and make it fun. Because believe me, sometimes like Dr. Laszlo said, it wasn't hard for him, but for some people it is hard. There's temptation around every corner. We have a client that she calls it her sugar cube. So the reality is where she works, every day she's like, well, the sugar cube's still there. I'm like, do you work at Willy Wonka? Where do you work? I can't even understand that. But she points this sugar cube out, like I can just see these people going, come into the sugar cube. But you know, but it does anything that your coaches or people can do to help keep you on track is going to help you out.
The other side of that is creating a reward system. And we have an annual fit challenge that we have people come in. It's kind of like The Biggest Loser. We do it. It's a 12-week contest. They put it in the pot. They pay into the pot. All that money goes towards the winner at the end of the 12 weeks. Dr. Laszlo, he actually took third in our latest challenge, and the first place winner took
$1,450 was first place, and a $250 gift certificate to the nutrition company, who's one of our team sponsors.
So that's quite a reward
That's big
for
pleasure.
losing
I'd
so
be
much
pretty
weight.
happy with that. So.
Yeah. So you need to find ways to make yourself so emotionally charged that you make the necessary changes to stick to the program. So you might be saying, what's emotionally charged? Imagine this, you're on the 20th floor of a high-rise building, and you're standing at the window, and there's a plank that goes across the street to the other building. Over there's this other guy holding a $100 bill. He says, come on over, and you can have it. Is that going to excite you enough to walk that? Probably not. But let's say that guy over there has a loved one, and they're about to hurt him. More than likely, you're going to walk over there and take care of that. So what the truth is here is that you always had the desire, but you had to have a strong desire to get it to go over there and take care of business. And so that's what you need to find, something that's emotionally charged, that's going to make you finish your goal. Okay? Next one, imaging and visualization. Okay? Another great internal motivation strategy to use is imaging or visualization. Visualization allows the person to create a picture in the mind of their desired outcome or of the efforts needed to achieve these outcomes. By visualizing, you see yourself in your mind's eye performing a specific exercise or event. So when I was competing back in the day, my thing that I always did is I was working out 6 days a week. The night before my workout, at bed, I'd go to bed, and in my mind, when I lay down, I would visualize my whole workout. I would count every rep, every set. I would imagine what I was wearing. I was imagining the smells. Those weren't the greatest when you're at a stinky gym. But it made it so real for me. So the next day when I got up and the alarm went off, I was excited. I was ready to go to hit the gym. And when I went through my workouts, I achieved everything there. I got through my workout so much better. So using imaging and visualization has proven time and again to create powerful, positive changes in individuals. And it's something we would recommend. Next one's positive influences. Surround yourself with people that are going through the same thing as you or working towards the same goal.
And I want to point out on this one, we have a lot of amazing athletes and transformers on our roster. One of them, Carrie, is one of those athletes, is such a cohesive person. She finds the time to keep everybody kind of rallied in together. She's always motivating and supporting everybody online, same as Ashley. So having people that understand the journey you're going through, even if they're not your spouse, it doesn't mean you're cheating on them. You want to have like-minded people to share your experiences with.
Attend motivational seminars. Hey, look at that, we're all doing that, right? Work out with a friend and push each other to reach your goals. Post motivational quotes where you can see them, like a refrigerator or mirrors, or maybe even on the scale and stuff on it. Get yourself a subscription to a health magazine. Lots of great ideas and workouts in there as well. Log all your workouts. By keeping an accurate workout journal, you're able to visually see your improvements. You can do this, one of our clients, she does it on her phone. She's got this great app. She's always boasting about all the calories she's burning and things like that. You can do it online as well. So those are some positive influences there to keep you on track.
The reality is, when it comes to life is never going to give any of us a perfectly laid path to follow our dreams and succeed our goals. There's going to be resistance, there's going to be bumps, it's just the way life is. So you need to get the mindset to realize that those things may or may not happen, obstacles will come up, there'll be deaths in the family, divorce, you're moving, job loss. Those things are a reality of everyday life for a lot of Americans today. So you do need to realize that if your health is important to you, you're going to have to find a way around those obstacles. The alternative to derailing from your health and fitness goal and actually just grabbing a pint of Haagen-Dazs, and hopefully if you do, it's caramel cone, which is my favorite, and calling it good, it's not pretty. So the reality is 65 million Americans and 10 million children currently today are dealing with obesity. So that's an alarming number, and it's not going to go down. And some of the top 10 diseases amplified by being overweight or obese currently are high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, high cholesterol, cancer, infertility, chronic back pain, skin infections, ulcers, and gallstones. I mean, that reads like my family reunion. So many of those diseases can be avoided, alleviated, eliminated altogether if people will change their lifestyle habits and just lose maybe 10 to 20 pounds. Most important thing that everybody who's already on our team knows that we are huge proponents of getting your blood work done. I come from a medical background. I worked at an oncology center for years. A lot of diseases are asymptomatic, which means that they don't have symptoms until, unfortunately, they're in a stage that's unavoidable to have medicinal surgical intervention. With the blood work, we give the men a list and the women a list to take to their primary care doctor, their naturopath, or even a private MD online lab. The best coaches in the world can give you a design program for your diet and your training, but if you have something internally going on inside of you, say for example your hormones are out of whack, so you have low testosterone, high estrogen, low DHEA, low progesterone levels, hypothyroid, you have an allergy to food that you're not even aware of, you have celiac disease, those things their coach isn't gonna be aware of, you're not gonna be aware of, so your progress is gonna be impeded. You're not gonna see or feel the results that you want and expect and the ones that you're working so hard for. The main thing is obviously always get your blood work done. We've had clients over the years, like I had one of my good friends, she's been on a emotional roller coaster and a weight roller coaster for the past 14 years I've known her, so it's just almost like a joke now. But and I always help her out because I do love her to death. But finally I said to her, okay, this year, because she's like, oh my God, I've gained 40 pounds. Well, I knew that. I've been seeing her all these years. And I'm like, well, I think you've gained more than that, but we'll go with 40. And so, so I said, well, I want you to get your blood work done. And I said,
She does have a filter.
and I said, this friend I can obviously be honest with, but I said to her, I go, I'm willing to give you 100% like everybody else, but you're getting your blood work done this time. I've let her coast all these years. She went and got it done, called up. I thought she was spitting and sputtering. She was actually crying. She was diagnosed, she was diabetic. And, of course, she looked at diabetes like she's on her way to, the morgue to pick out her, her urn or her coffin. I'm like, no. This means, guess what, sweetheart? All these eating and drinking like a Viking that you've been doing for the past 14 years, when I left you behind to make my own transformation and lifestyle changes, you need to come with me now to obviously change your life for the better. So.
Go ahead and get the other one. Other example.
Oh yeah, so then we have another gal just recently this past year. She was losing weight, but then all of a sudden the scale stopped budging. Now, usually we will as coaches have an intervention, one of those come to Jesus talks and really go over, are they following their diet, are they doing their cardio, are they doing their training, are they missing anything? But we felt that she was really telling the truth and she was really giving 100%. She was in crying and she felt like she was disappointing us, which obviously is heartbreaking because she's putting all this effort in. And I said to her, I go, you know what, 4 months ago, I asked you to get your blood work done. I know as coaches we can't ever force anybody to do that. I realize for some people it is an additional expense. She went and got them done, she sent them over to me, and looking at her levels, her testosterone level was severely high, and it had the earmarking as a PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. And I said to her, I said, because of your hormone panel, I said, I really would feel more comfortable if you brought your blood work to your GYN. And I said, just drop it off at the office. She goes, well, I just had my internal exam, my annual exam 2 months ago. And I said, well, yeah, but they obviously didn't do your blood work, so just drop this off and just make sure the doctor reviews it. So a couple of days later, the doctor's office called her up and said, okay, we need you to come in. She went in and she had precancerous cells all over her cervix, ended up having 2 procedures done, and her doctor said, why'd you get this blood work done? She's like, well, my coaches told me to get it done. She goes, I've never heard of that. She goes, but it's actually a good thing. She goes, if you hadn't gotten it done, you probably would have had cervical cancer that needed beyond my care in another year if you'd waited. So we as coaches never want somebody to go get their blood work done and God forbid find something wrong. But it does help us because we have a reputation to uphold and we want all of our clients to always be healthy. If there is something wrong with their hormones, for example, we will always recommend something that's going to naturally take care of that, something that doesn't need a medicinal intervention.
We never want our clients to be hamstered in the wheel. And that's exactly, if you have something internally going on, if we're giving you the best diet and the best workouts and you're following it to a T, if something internally is going on, you're just going to keep spinning your wheels, and that's what we don't want. So that's why we always recommend go get your blood work when you first start off. It gives us a good picture of what's going on, and it also helps you figure out what's going on with yourself.
So,
which brings us to this.
Yes. So in closing, we are each the CEO of our bodies, which means that this is your vessel you're going through life with. It's time for you to obviously take inventory. What do you need to do to make changes in your physique, short-term and long-term, to have longevity, to be healthy, short and long-term? The reality is some of you here are probably the sole financial providers of your family. So with that being said, what would happen to your family members and loved ones if something happened to you financially, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? What would happen? They depend on you. So, if you have this as a burden that you need to take care of those people, then you need to take care of yourself.
We want to thanks to all of you guys. This has been wonderful for us. We do, like Dr. Laszlo said earlier, if you come in and sign up, we have free consultation, we'll give you a discount off any of our services, but I also want to throw out a quick little testimony. He's been so awesome to us. Like I told you guys earlier, I've had problems with my feet. I met Dr. Laszlo about 3 months ago, and he talked me in. I was very a little worried about going into a chiropractor to have my feet adjusted. Ever since I started working with his group, my feet are awesome. I still can't run, but I don't have
Which
that-
is awesome because he can't leave me.
But I no longer have the pain in my feet, which would move up to my knee, which would move up to my hip. So if you guys haven't found a chiropractor yet, someone that's really going to take care of you, these guys are awesome. They're a great service. They're very friendly. So I would definitely recommend these guys to you if you haven't found anyone yet. So thanks again. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you for that awesome talk. You guys feel a little more motivated to take care of your health? Yeah. We're about to take a 15-minute break, and I just want to point out a couple more things that makes them so incredibly different. I'd shared with you that I've done several 12-week programs before, and it was like a one-size-fits-all. You know, here's your diet for the next 12 weeks. And one of the things that makes them different is every single week I would email them or see them, but text them my weight. And just little teeny tweaks every single week. Do this to your cardio, do this to your diet. Every single week, and it just shred, shred, shred. Stuck for a week, do this, shred. They've got it figured out. They've got it dialed in. So we're about to take a 10 to 15-minute break. What I'd like you to do is you owe it to yourself to do that free consultation. If you're not clients of theirs already, put your name and email down. They're going to be in the back, so they're going to go walk to the back here in about for 10 to 15 minutes, talk to you. They're going to answer some questions. I want you to take advantage of that because when it comes to a night like this is where change happens in life. You know, this is where decisions happen. When you make a decision, it puts you on a path. And to offer a free consultation, you'll learn more in that hour consultation than you'll probably learn here tonight. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start our break now. Please feel free to meet them in the back. Thank you.